Wow, this is why I love cars. And for so many of us, the Toyota Supra has always been one of those cars. From the legendary Mark IV back in the 90s that became a cultural icon, to the modern revival we got a few years ago, the Supra has always had that mix of speed, style, and soul. And now, Toyota is gearing up to take things to an entirely new level with the upcoming Supra, and let me tell you, this one feels special. The first thing that grabs you is the design. Toyota's not playing it safe here. They've gone bolder, sharper, more futuristic, but still with enough DNA from the classic Supra that fans will recognize it instantly. The long hood, low stance, and those muscular curves are still there, but now it feels more aggressive, more sculpted, almost like a concept car brought to life. The front fascia is meaner, the headlights are sleeker, and the aerodynamics look like they were shaped in a wind tunnel with nothing but performance in mind. It's a car that makes you want to take a second glance, even when it's just parked. But what's really interesting this time around is what's under the hood. Toyota has hinted that this Supra isn't just about raw power anymore, it's about smart power. They're introducing a hybrid engine setup, which is kind of wild when you think about it. Imagine that iconic Supra roar, but now paired with electric assistance that gives you instant torque, crazy acceleration, and surprisingly, better efficiency. We're talking a car that's not only blistering fast, but also a little friendlier to your wallet at the pump, and maybe even to the planet. And honestly, I think this is Toyota showing us that performance and sustainability can actually live in the same garage. Now, here's something I didn't see coming: off-road capability. Yeah, you heard that right. Toyota's been teasing features that suggest this Supra isn't just a track star. It might actually be able to handle more rugged terrain. Now, don't expect it to turn into a Land Cruiser or anything, but the idea of a Supra that can leave the pavement with adjustable suspension and maybe some driving modes for gravel or dirt is just exciting. It kind of redefines what this car can be. It's no longer just a weekend sports car. It could be something you actually take on an adventure. Step inside, and Toyota has clearly put in work to make the interior feel modern and driver-focused. Gone are the days of bare-bones sports car cabins. This upcoming Supra is loaded with tech. Big, high-res digital displays, a driver's cockpit that almost feels like you're in a fighter jet, and luxury touches everywhere. The seats? Sculpted for both comfort and grip. So whether you're carving up mountain roads or cruising down the highway, you feel locked in, but never cramped. The materials are premium with leather, carbon fiber, and even customizable trim options, so owners can make the car feel personal. And of course, Toyota hasn't forgotten about connectivity. Wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, advanced navigation, and even some AI-driven driving assistants are rumored to make their way inside. When it comes to pricing, Toyota is aiming to make this next-gen Supra accessible, at least to compare to the supercars it's going to compete with. The base model is expected to start in the mid-$50,000 range, which, for what you're getting, is actually a pretty strong deal. Of course, fully loaded versions, especially with the hybrid performance package and maybe even some special editions, will likely creep up into the $70,000 to $80,000 territory. But that still undercuts rivals from Europe, giving you insane performance and that iconic Supra heritage without having to sell your house. And this is where things get really interesting. How does it stack up against the past models? The Mark IV Supra was all about raw turbo power, tuning potential, and that classic 90s Japanese sports car magic. The modern Supra, the one we got a few years ago, leaned heavily on its partnership with BMW, giving us German refinement with Japanese styling. But this new Supra, it feels like Toyota is finally saying, okay, this is ours. This is the Supra for a new generation. It takes the spirit of the old, mixes it with cutting-edge tech, and creates something that's not just a revival, but an evolution. Imagine this. You're at a stoplight. Next to you is some flashy electric supercar, all quiet and futuristic. The light turns green, and your Supra, with its hybrid-assisted power, launches forward with instant torque, a deep growl, and just the right touch of old-school soul. That's the kind of moment Toyota's building for. They want this car to feel alive, to feel like an event every time you get behind the wheel. And honestly, that's why I'm so excited about it, because the Supra has never just been about numbers or specs. It's been about emotion, about connection. It's the kind of car that makes you fall in love with driving again. And from what we're seeing and hearing about this upcoming model, Toyota is ready to remind the world why the Supra has always been a legend. So, what do you guys think? Is the hybrid setup a game changer, or does it take away from the Supra's raw character? Would you actually take a Supra off-road if Toyota gave you the option? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I know this car is going to spark a ton of debate. For me though, I'll say this: the future of the Supra looks brighter and faster than ever.